afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the General Government Committee. Today is September 4th, and is it the 3rd? It's the 4th. The 4th, yeah. September 4th, the time is now 3:02. I am calling this meeting to order. We are being joined in the chambers by myself, Councilor Katie Walsh, Councilor Tim Allen. Thank you, Councilor, for joining us. And also remotely, we are being joined by Councilor Saida Govan. Councilor, thank you for joining us today. We are also joined here in chambers by Kathy Warner. Kathy, thank you for joining us. Okafor and Peter Loningham, the acting controller. Did I say Peter? I meant to say Steve. Sorry. Coffee hasn't kicked in yet. So okay. And we're joined remotely by Deputy Okafor, Lindsay Hackett. Thank you for joining us. We have code enforcement, Keith O'Connor, Michael Jacob, and we also have the staff from Dollar Tree. The meeting on the agenda today is going to be a follow-up discussion on Dollar Tree violations. We're going to be reading the status of previously identified violations, assess corrective actions, and determine next steps for compliance. This meeting was requested by Dollar Tree themselves. They want to tell us what they have done. Let's see. Jennifer, are you going to be taking point on this?
Yes, I am happy to take point on this, and then we can certainly bring up any of the district managers and web on the facilities. So I think as we talked, do you want me to start, or did you have questions you want to ask first?
Yeah, I do. Before I give you the floor.
Sure. Okay.
So first of all, let me say that I did get some information back. I am pretty pleased to see, according to code enforcement, that the Allen Street location looks cleaner, according to these pictures. And I thank you for that, because I know you guys did say you were going to get on top of that. I do want to clarify a question about the outstanding tickets. Keith, are they all paid up? Keith, can you hear me?
You're muted.
You muted, Keith. You're still muted, but. Can you hear us, Keith? Jennifer, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I think maybe he's on mute, but I'm not sure. It looks like he's on mute from the computer.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, so I just want to establish before we go further, there was discussion about the status of the unpaid tickets. Are they all caught up?
So again, I had a clerk run an inquiry there, and the housing zoning tickets, they are paid. There's a zero balance on 385 Allen Street.
Okay, so 385 Allen Street is paid up. What about State Street?
State Street, that's an issue there. When I total up what is owed to the city,
yeah,
$2,150. There's a balance.
2,150?
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna have to look into that, because that wasn't outstanding before, so we're gonna have to look into that, because we had all the outstanding fines we had gotten and sent to them, and they've paid everything, so we'll have to look at that with code.
Okay, yeah, so I tried to follow up with Jennifer and Cole.
Yes,
okay.
we will, and we'll get.
Please let us know, because I was in contact with Steve, I believe, and maybe that's Kathy who's speaking. But we had, given him follow-up. We tracked the delivery of when the checks were mailed. We gave a status on all of them, and then I hadn't heard back. I did check in with him late last week to make sure there were no outstanding issues. So it sounds like maybe there are some other ones that we need visibility to, because everything that Steve and Kathy sent to us, we took care of there. And again, we apologize. There were several that were outstanding beyond just this year, which we were not aware of. And so we have to correct that as quickly as possible.
I understand.
I just want
Go
to say
ahead,
that
Russ.
Jennifer was, very helpful and she was in constant contact. She sent numerous emails about, I thought she was gonna hand deliver the check to me. She did really well.
So we
and
really think
appreciate
they were
that.
caught up, so we're gonna have to look at what
Yeah, I'm
the,
sure.
is looking at versus what we can see in the system.
I'm sure. Would you guys let us know when you find out?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. Jennifer, before we go on, I do want to bring up to your attention. So anyways, Allen Street, thank you. I'm pretty happy with what I see. However, the State Street location, it appears to be a different story. Keith, you wanna take a crack at this?
Yeah, so we had the inspector go out yesterday to the State Street location. And we still have an issue over there. It appears that in those pictures on State Street that there's a lot of rubbish that surrounds the dumpster. In the fenced area there, it appears that maybe someone's just thrown things over the fence. I don't know. It's not bagged. And it looks like, they are Dollar Tree items. And it also could be even maybe it's the dentist's office maybe that's over there. Because it looks like maybe there could be some medical sort of stuff that's thrown over there. And then in the parking lot, we got, we still have the recyclable cardboard that's in the parking lot that's just sitting there. And again, with that, I don't know if it's people from, from the streets that are going through the cardboard there, pulling it out. Suggestion before was to maybe place the cardboard in an enclosed area there. So, out of sight, out of mind there. And also around the fence line, rubbish that was around the edge of the fence line in the parking lot. So he went yesterday. It was a problem. There was a $200 ticket that was written for that there. I went myself just to look at it right around 2 o'clock, and it's still the same. Still the same.
So Keith, are you able to share those pictures?
Yeah, I sent them to your
Online so that people can see, so that we all can see the same thing.
How can I do that?
Great,
Screen share.
if you
Yeah,
can,
and I will tell you also, we certainly acknowledge there may be things that we will need to continue to look at, but we do think we may need your help regarding the dentist office. There does seem to be some confusion. I believe that they may not be aware that the dumpsters are not theirs, and we've confirmed with Waste Management that the 2 dumpsters that are there are actually ours. And so we do have photographs, which we can also share, that show all the, the blue hygienic gloves and lots of dental type equipment or supplies that are not coming from our stores. And so it does seem that maybe, making sure that they understand what's their responsibility and what they may need to do as a dumpster trash as opposed to using ours, which we do seem to have an issue with. And then I think this was also one that I may have brought up in a communication that I'd reached out when scheduling the email, that we might just need some support with you and working with the landlord to try and get some of the vendors or some of the people that are kind of hanging out in the parking lot that are also contributing to the trash situation or exacerbating it. And so, we have not been successful in getting the landlord to try and get these unauthorized vendors off the parking lot. And so maybe that's also something you can help us have a conversation with, that they can also, understand that they're contributing to the, the exterior situation as well.
So Jennifer, thank you for sharing that with us, but let me ask you, at least in my mind, well, Keith, if you could try to share those pictures.
And who do we forward it to?
I'm saying if you could share them, screenshot them right now, we can, because I want Jennifer to see these pictures. I don't think she has.
Maybe you can just show them.
I don't know if you can, screen share it.
I don't know how to do it any other way. Yeah, I don't know, I don't know if you can see.
Move a little bit to your left, there you go.
Can you
Yeah.
see that?
Yeah, go,
We can- Some
yeah,
of that, yeah.
so that's by the trash barrel,
Yeah, and if you can see,
there you go.
I gotta move that over to the.
Yeah, right there, that's good. Back it up a little. That's good, perfect.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, so, so Jennifer, I hear what you're saying, but, and it makes sense to me, but let me ask you some, what at least in my mind, some basic questions. So you're saying that there's vendors there who are exacerbating the trash. I'm assuming, well, let me rephrase that, my educated guess is that you guys have approached them and asked them not
yes,
to come to your store.
yeah.
And what do they tell you? Go pound sand or what?
You know, I don't know if our DM is on who specifically had those conversations, but they've not been responsive to leaving the vicinity. And again, we've also tried to have proactive conversations. So I think that second picture that Ken might have just shown is also one that our team provided to us. And you can see it's a lot of dental and medical supplies. Again, it is mixed with other trash for sure, but there is a lot of things that are coming from the dental office that are exacerbating the situation. So I just think that maybe it seems like the inspector last week met with both our team and the dental team, but again, there's maybe confusion over which receptors belong to who, but we've confirmed with Waste Management that both of those are for our purposes, not for the purpose of other businesses in the in that store.
I understand. Before I turn it over to Councilor Walsh and Councilor Govan, would you be able to tell me, or Keith yourself, either Jennifer or Keith, does a dentist have their own dumpster?
I'm not sure if they do or not. There was a dumpster that's outside of the fenced area. I don't know who that belongs to, because there's a dentist office, there's the Dollar Tree, and then there's some like non-profit type, I'm not really sure of the name of it, that occupies that building.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make a quick comment before we pass it over for questions from my colleagues. Jennifer, I hear you, and I do see, as I look at the pictures a little closer, it appears that you might be right. I seem to see some gowns, blue gowns and gloves.
Yeah.
But it is your dumpster, you're responsible for it. And so how do they get in there? Why are they open? Because they should be locked at night.
They're just throwing it over the fence, probably.
Yeah, but the dumpster is still open. They're open, well, at least from the picture, they're open. It's just like inviting trouble.
Yeah, the dumpster is overflowing at that location, and to me, it really does appear like maybe someone's just throwing it over the fence.
Yeah.
So,
All right,
Okay.
so Walsh.
Thank you, Chair. First of all, I want to thank Jennifer for her quick response after our meeting and for bringing in your managers and your personnel. I think everybody down the chain is aware of these issues. But my question is, aren't there specific rules for medical waste?
Mhm.
They're not supposed to be put in regular dumpsters, isn't that correct?
I'm not a trash
I'm-
expert,
it's-
so I'm assuming
Oh.
maybe your team, maybe Ken or others know. I don't know about.
I'm
rules.
asking code specifically.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Aren't there are specific rules and regulations for medical waste,
Mhm.
and they have to be I believe they have to be in a certain color dumpster.
yeah,
So if they get rid of medical waste, that's a real violation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know the answer to that question. I don't even know if it's even like used medical stuff.
Oh, yeah, I remember distinctly, we passed something like that in the council. There were specific dumpsters for medical
Because I
waste.
believe it's state law and federal regulations as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's staying with blood, has any kind of blood pathogen, it has to be incinerated. It has to go into a red
And
container.
most medical offices have something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
in their office.
Yeah, Keith, I'm gonna give it to Councilor Gawai in a second, but Keith, I would strongly urge you, request, if you could please, send you guys over and talk to the dentist. Because if we're having, any kind of, blood pathogens or any blood stains being thrown into this, it's a problem. And
it's
only
also
God knows what else,
violation.
so I entrust, yeah, absolutely. I entrust to go on, if you could, I respectfully request that you go and have a chit chat with them, and ensure that they have their own, disposal. Maybe we need to take a look at them too, as well.
Perhaps we can get a hold of the health department, grab some information from them and pay a visit and then actually physically show them something.
Yeah, yeah,
And probably be able to find them if
Yeah.
it continues. So that's probably the proper course.
yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna email Commissioner Carlton, and, I trust you guys are gonna follow up as well, with that.
Yes, and I know, what's her name, Samantha, from the health department, before has reached out in regards to that location. So, you know, they are aware, the health department.
Got you.
Yeah, and one other
Excuse-
point that one of my,
excuse me, Jennifer, excuse me.
oh, sorry, yeah.
That's okay. What's the name of the dentist? What's the business name?
No, I think Miles, isn't something smart?
Yeah, we'll have to confirm that,
Yeah.
or
Can you
Sarah,
email that to me, Jennifer?
yeah.
No.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say that the dentist actually admitted to our team that they just throw it between the locked gates because they don't have a code to unlock them. And it was such a huge issue with dumpster diving, we cleaned that all up last night at 5:30, and this is what happened from that. But it seems like the dentist knows very well what they're doing, because they are actually throwing it between locked gates because they don't have a code to unlock it.
Okay. We're being joined by Councilor Brian Santinello. Welcome, Councilor Santinello. Okay, Jennifer, again, once you confirm the name of the dentist, please,
Yeah.
Email, you got my email, right?
Yes, or I'll get it from your staff. I'll make sure. Yeah.
Thank you, Jennifer. Councilor Gabon, floor is yours, ma'am.
Dreams.
Yeah.
Mr. Chair, and thank you for having this meeting. I'm very concerned, as Councilor Walsh said, about the medical waste that is being just thrown out there like that. So I'm wondering if Councilor Davila, you would want to have another meeting with the dentist specifically to have this conversation with them and let them know. Of course, the health department, can send us specific information regarding how to get rid of medical waste properly, because there's a high risk of infection. The public could be at risk, and I just want to make sure that we don't run into any kind of those problems. So I do want to thank the Dollar Tree for addressing the issues, especially on Allen Street, and I see that you're trying to do it at on State Street. So I just thank you guys for that. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Councilor Gabon.
Response.
Thank you. Excellent. Councilor Allen, do you have any questions?
Well, my questions are, I have questions, but they're not like in this vein. They're more organizational
Okay,
questions.
excellent.
So,
Do you want to hold up?
hold on.
Okay. Councilor Santinello, you have a question, sir? Councilor, I
Is he
believe
still
you,
there?
I believe he,
He left?
yeah, I believe Councilor Santinello has left the building.
Who else has left?
Okay. Also, we're joined by Councilor Whitfield. Thank you for joining us, ma'am, Councilor Whitfield. And also we've been joined by Ms. Suhaili Arce. Thank you for joining us, Ms. Arce. Okay.
You're welcome.
Sure. Jerry?
Yeah. So first, I'd like to thank the Dollar Tree for wanting to meet with the city council again, and councilors for following up on the issue and keeping me in the loop as always. And I'd also like to applaud the great start you guys have had in terms of being a good neighbor in East Forest Park. I've received many texts and phone calls from neighbors saying that they noticed a big difference in how clean and organized it has been. I do have to note, however, there was about a 3-day stretch from August 24th to August 26th, where I did notice empty liquor bottles, empty boxes of beer, and some other debris, which I do have pictures with me here as well. So it's been a great start. Thank you for coming meeting again, and it's been clean today and surrounding the last meeting, but I would just like a bit more consistency and follow through and making sure that those 3-day stints, which seems to be an exception, doesn't continue to happen.
Thank you, Jerry. Councilor Allen, do you have one?
Yeah, as I said before, I'm happy for all the progress that's been made. Everybody in here is probably happy about that. And the parking lots look better on a consistent basis. They don't look great every day, but they're way better than they were. So whatever you did to make that happen, I'm just concerned about the viability of, like, I kind of get confused on your organizational plan and who you would follow up with. So if something happens tomorrow, who do we call and how do we follow up? For instance, when everybody's in here, and maybe everybody that was here 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, maybe you're all in this meeting somehow. But I was surprised that there were as many kind of district managers as there were store managers. And I didn't really understand that. I thought that, there's $5 trees in Springfield, and I thought there would be, maybe they'd all be under the same person who had responsible for all the Springfield Dollar Trees or whatever. And that's not how it worked. So so could you explain how we follow up on this? It's great that we got to this point, but
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
people that were here, one of them was responsible for, like Wilbraham Road, somebody else for Island Pond Road, somebody else for State Street. And that's however you organize your business is up to you, but we need to know who to follow up with and who's really, and I didn't get a sense that we had a clear map of that.
Jen,
Yeah,
do
no,
you want me
absolutely.
to
And
answer that?
Sure, I was just gonna say
Jennifer, go ahead.
that we were definitely going to follow up after this kind of next meeting with contact information. We do that. Anyhow, I think last time Jeffrey may have given something, but I know there was a lot of things discussed, so we will definitely make sure. Part of the district manager profile is every district manager has between 15 and 20-ish stores, let's say, and districts just get divided sometimes within a city limit, right? But sometimes it's sort of city outskirts, suburb, counties, et cetera. And there's just been realignment and redistricting, I guess, for lack of a better word, on how we've kind of mapped out. So you're right, it is a little bit of an exception probably that a city that would have 5 stores that we're focused on would have 3 district managers. That's not usually how it works, but because of just the way that the redistricting happened within our region, that's how it played out. But yes, the plan was, I think we had also spoke last time, we have an updated policy that I think we said we were going to be sharing with you, that I was going to follow up on that, and that with that and send that to you, and then make sure that you had the contact information for each of the stores with the appropriate district manager. But sorry, Gary, I don't know if I interrupted you, if you wanted to add something.
No, this is Jeff.
Oh, Jeff.
So the last meeting, I did provide a contact list by store. There are 2 district managers in Springfield. The third one who attended the last meeting was the previous district manager. She had all of Springfield before that realignment that Jennifer referenced. So currently there's 2 district managers, and then I oversee the 2 district managers. That contact list that I provided had my contact information as well if you're not able to reach the district managers. If that was lost in the shuffle because there was so much going on last time, I'll be more than happy to re-email it to the distribution list so that
Okay.
everybody gets a fresh copy, just
Yeah,
let me
if you
know.
could do that, Jeff, it will be very helpful.
Yeah.
You can send.
You'll have it before the day is up.
Thank you so much. So Jennifer, we kind of jumped into these concerns of this patient that were brought up to me. But part of the meeting today is for you to give us an update. So you say you're going to give us an update on what you have done, what the plans are moving forward. Floor is yours.
I mean, I think overall with hopefully the update is sort of what you're seeing, right? I mean, we basically put into, a process to make sure we've got, the twice daily cleaning. We've got basically an updated policy that we had talked about last time that we have shared with our teams, and we'll make sure that it is something that we're looking at compliance on, right? As far as the cleanliness policy. Certainly, we've, the fines and penalty or licensing issue, that's something that is more work that we are doing here at corporate to make sure that we are looking at the processes so we no longer have these outstanding fines. But I think there may be a little bit of a lag in getting caught up, and so I'll continue to work with the team, whether it's Steve or whomever, to make sure that we're caught up in what we owe the city. And then, yeah, I mean, I think just continuously, ensuring that we're staying on top of that. It's not that hopefully you don't see more of these 3-day, gaps in the parking lots, et cetera. So, we certainly took all the feedback. We've provided additional resources from the trash pickup, some landscaping things that Webb's team has addressed, put into the daily checks from the teams on the ground in the stores, and made it part of our DM follow-up with our stores to ensure that there is, that they're taking pictures every day, they're checking in, and quite frankly, when there is this issue, like what just happened with the dentist, they're able to flag it, so then we can address that very quickly. And I think, moving forward, it's probably helpful for either Jeffrey or the DMs to raise some of these things to your attention immediately if we are having problems where, like in this particular one, where our own engagement doesn't seem to be working, that we might need some support from the city.
Right, Jennifer, like I mentioned, I will follow with the health
Yep.
department on this because I am very concerned with the potential dumping of medical waste into your dumpster, because it's not fair to you and it's a health hazard in all the way around.
Yeah.
The one thing that I just realized, we don't have any actual store managers with us today, do we?
I don't think any store managers have joined.
I think it would be wise, Jennifer, in my opinion, if we can have specifically the store managers for both the Allen Street and the State Street location, so that they can hear straight from the horse's mouth of what we expect. I feel that we might be losing something in translation here. I do thank you for making an effort. I'm pretty happy with the Allen Street location. And again, as I said, you guys are here in the city, you guys provide employment, you guys provide your tax base, so we want to keep you here. But as I mentioned before, it's a symbiotic relationship, and what we see is not good for the residents and for the overall vista and the city. So I will follow with the health and department on that. Councilor Gavon, do you have a question, man?
I did, thank you very much. And then I saw that you have Jerry Martin there. Thank you for bringing this to our attention at the city council when you came in and did the speak out, so I appreciate that. A question that is totally unrelated to what we're talking about right now, but with the Dollar Tree stores. I saw a news story this morning, I think it was, about the prices going up because of the imports and all that. Is that potentially going to be happening, and how do you think it will affect our residents? And I think this might be for Jennifer.
Jennifer?
Yeah, I mean, we have been you know, exploring again, the tariff impact certainly at, you know, last resort. There are certain products that there have been, you know, minimal increases. The majority of the store, 85%, is still at a single price point. And again, making sure that it is still accessible and, you know, affordable for our customers, right? So, you know, it's very specific items. It is not a universal one, and it is again, the majority of the store is still at that entry level price point for the majority of the products. You know, we have over the last several years, we have expanded the assortment to offer more things for customer, more choices, which do give them additional price points. But again, 85% of the store is still at that single entry price point.
All right. I just was wondering if you were ever gonna change the name of the store to Dollar Tree Plus, maybe, something like that. That's a joke. That's a joke. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
You're welcome.
Thank
No
you.
problem.
Ms. Arcee, is there anything from the police perspective you would like to contribute? Ms. Arcee, Suhaili?
Yeah.
Yes, hello?
Hi, Ms. Arcee. Is there anything from the police perspective you'd like to contribute?
Well, I would say that, you know, one of the things that we encounter quite often is our residents sharing these concerns in regard to the conditions of these particular locations, just things that we just kind of discuss at our monthly meetings and weekly meetings as well. So I'm really thankful that there is a team of individuals who are, you know, gathering at this time to be able to have these important conversations and you know, hopefully make some sort of change in the positive light for our residents in the cities here in Springfield. So I'm just happy to be here to listen to you guys and to provide any feedback or any additional information on behalf of SPD. I would be happy to do so. But as the community police liaison, I'm just really happy to hear that this is moving forward and that our residents will definitely feel a bit more comfortable with the process and what's happening in those areas.
Thank you, Ms. Arcee. I also want to make a quick point to also recognize that Councilor Allen has been on this issue for a while, right, Councilor Allen? They have been going on this for a while, so I'm glad that we're here. But Councilor Allen, do you have a follow-up?
Yeah, well, you know, this is all good what we've talked about. I just deal with citizens constantly, and some yesterday. And somebody asked me what specifically will be the changes. And I know you picked up the parking lot and we've talked about that stuff, but is there a point, you know, guidelines or something that you can say to us, this is our new guideline, that every 3 hours they'll police the parking lot and clean it up? You know, there are 3 or 4 specific things that are pointers that you're giving to your managers that we can tell the you know, it's great to tell the community, it looks better, thank you, you know, it looks better, we're happy, it looks better. The next question is, well, what are they gonna continue to do or improve? And you may have an answer to that we haven't seen yet. And not trying to be nosing into your business, but your business is our business. This is like the one that I'm mostly been interested in. The Island Pond Road store is the gateway into the neighborhood that I represent. And it's also right at the edge of the other ward, Ward 6, which is where Victor represents, et cetera. So can you share with us what, you know, the pointers you've given that, you know, from I remember growing up in a family business where we had the same issues. Public were in our parking lots and we point out at different times how the employees should police the parking lots because they were, so can you share that?
Yeah, I think that's what I was referring to when I mentioned earlier when when I was asked about what changes have we implemented. So yes, exactly that. We have put into kind of what we call our you know, kind of our operational tasks for the stores, basically twice daily checks of the parking lot to pick up the debris to basically, and I can get this to you in writing so you can see it and have that. You know, again, where needed, we've called in additional resources, you know, for any kind of landscaping or additional trash, etc. And then what I also mentioned, which I think we were asked last time, was to share a policy. And so we've updated our policy of our expectations for our store cleanliness standards, which focus on the exterior of the store. So I will provide all of that after the meeting, along with, as Jeffrey said, with the contact information. So you'll have it all in one email, and you can, and so if things are not aligning with what we've put into our commitment and policies, you'll have a point of contact in addition to me and the folks on the team to reach out to basically ask the question or to raise an issue if something is not getting done.
Okay, that's a good answer. Appreciate that.
Sure.
Thank you, Councilor Allen. Councilor Whitfield, do you have a question, ma'am? Anything you would like to, Councilor Whitfield, are you with us? Okay. She must be unavailable. Okay. Very well. Do you have a quick time check? At the time is now 3:37.
Question.
Sure, there.
Yeah, thank you. I wanted to, I came here today to address the increasing fines, the suggested increased fines for ordinance violations. It's tangential to this issue. I also understand if this would not be the right moment to speak to that briefly. But I also thought, since we were talking about trash and trash pickup and things, people or businesses that would be affected by the fines, that I would bring it up to the counselors that are here present, and also code enforcement being present, and wonder if that would be an okay thing to address
I don't.
address about.
You're right, it's not the agenda item. We cannot fully discuss, it's not on the agenda.
Okay, I apologize.
But I will
This
encourage you.
agenda is in terms of corrective actions, but
As
that
it
was
rela-
specific
as
to
it
Dollar
relates to
Tree.
Dollar Tree. But I will encourage
sense.
you, we have a public speak up on September 15th.
Okay.
That's a regular meeting, and I would love to hear you.
Thank you.
But I'm sure you understand that
That's why we asked.
there are state laws that we
Sure.
must follow.
Yeah, that's
as
why I'm
well.
here.
In open meeting.
Mr. Chair, if I might ask, who is that lady right there? I'm sorry, that was me.
Oh, I'm Mary Johnson, by Counselor Gavon.
Hi, Mary.
Thank you.
Very well.
Thank you.
All right, so anything else?
Just the
Questions?
idea of anything we have to see happen, or do we have a next meeting, and what are the contingencies or conditions for a next meeting?
Yeah, so the next big great point, Councilor Allen. I will be setting up another meeting. Some of the action meetings, items, will be to one, Kathy, you're gonna work with Jennifer to make sure, to find out this $2,150 in
Yeah, we'll
question
look it
and
up, yes.
fines. Also, I'm gonna follow, I personally, Jennifer, gonna follow, you still there, Jennifer? Oh, there you are.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna
I'm
follow
here.
up with Health and Human Services, so we can have a conversation with the dentist, because I'm very concerned, like Council Walsh is, about the apparent dumping of medical waste into your trash barrels. I'm also requesting that the store managers are physically present in this meeting for Allen Street and State Street, so that we're on the same page, all of
Yep.
us. We need to have a conversation as well. We're gonna find out, well, you know who owns the building, right? Because it appears to me that you're asking for help.
Yeah.
And it's something that the landlord needs to know, that, you know, we just can't have this going on over there. So finally,
Yeah.
I urge you, Jennifer, please lock those dumpsters overnight. Okay, they need to be locked. And so that's actually, is there anything else, Councilor Allen, that you would like, or any other parameters?
As long as we address the next, what the stuff you just mentioned.
Yeah, 1 second, Councilor Walsh, yeah, no?
No, I mean, you just came up with the conditions for the next meeting and the things I think we've listed the things we
Yeah,
need.
gotcha. Councilor Walsh, of course.
Yeah, well, I don't want to end this meeting without emphasizing again how responsive Jennifer and Dollar Tree
Yes.
has been,
Yeah.
and she always has the right people present when we have a presentation, and I definitely think the city should help you. Should be a two-way street. You're
Mhm.
helping us.
Absolutely.
We should help you, and hopefully, I know Steve will look into all those issues, make sure everything's current, but I think it's been a really terrific response. And almost immediately from your team, the
Yeah.
next day,
Yeah.
you had a slew of emails addressing the issues. And I think we need to thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Not every bit is so responsive.
Yeah, absolutely. Ms. Arcee? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Yeah, can I put in a request with you, to have the police do like a special attention detail once in a while in that location to sort of monitor what's happening back there with all this dumping? I know it's getting busy, but if they could,
And just for clarification, this particular location is the one on State Street that you're inquiring for a special attention for?
that's correct, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yep, and so, just to drive by, just to have some sort of a presence as well. Because
Absolutely.
Jennifer as well, I've been to that location myself and it does get a little, interesting, I'm gonna say. Very well. Okay, any other thoughts, comments, ideas, frustrations? Nothing? Okay,
Good. So,
Jennifer, again, thank you so much. I will be contacting you as to when we set the next meeting.
Okay,
30 days. Is there anything else you want to let us know before we go?
no, we just
Yep.
thank you for, in advance for your help on the State Street store, and we'll send the follow-up items that we discussed, and we'll be in touch, I'm sure with Stephen when we get the update on whatever else is due to the city.
Gotcha. All right, thank you, Jennifer.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Thank you. Time is
Thank
now
you.
2:42
Thank
and
you.
this meeting is adjourned.
Keep up
Thank
the
you.
good work.
God bless.
Bye-bye.